Watch closely. American police arrive to enforce the law and are suddenly confronted by a suspect who opens fire through the door. What's worse, this crazed suspect has stockpiled a large amount of ammunition and is hiding inside his room, firing wildly at his neighbor's home. So what will be the final outcome of this suspect's insane behavior? This case took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA. Around 9 p.m. on July 13, 2022, a local resident named Yarab was preparing dinner in his kitchen when he suddenly heard a loud bang. A few seconds later, several bullets went straight through his kitchen, nearly hitting his 2 children, both under 3 years old. He immediately called the police, claiming that someone was shooting at his apartment. He suspected the shooter was Sandberg, who lived across the hall, and told the operator. Sandberg had recently been writing on his car, leaving him notes and books, and he believed the man had been harassing or stalking him. Yarab also mentioned he had a legal concealed carry permit and asked if he should go out and return fire. But the operator explicitly told him not to shoot. A few minutes later, the first officers arrived on the scene, but because the reported address wasn't precise, the officers couldn't confirm the correct apartment number. However, just as the officers were wondering, a gunshot suddenly rang out from the door behind them. After confirming the direction of the shot, the officers immediately knocked on the door and identified themselves.
Police! Police! Police department!
At this moment, a bullet went straight through the door and the officer narrowly avoided being hit. After getting to safety, the officer immediately pulled out his radio to call for backup.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired inside the door stairwell. I'm not hit, but they're shooting through the door.
Copy, officer needs help, 904 21st Avenue, South, responding SWAT to channel 1.
Upstairs!
Oh my, a large tabby cat suddenly ran upstairs. It must have been terrified by the gunshot just now.
3 fucking bullets! 3, keep there. Yeah, right here? Yeah, right there. Fucking. Okay. Police! Police!
Just then, the neighbor across the hall thought the police and he suddenly opened his door to cooperate, which made the officers immediately shout for him to stop.
Come on, stay back! Stay back! Close the door! Hey! Go to the south side! Go to the south side! Hey, you guys stay here. Send everybody else.
At this moment, the door from earlier suddenly opened. This is the caller, Yarab, and considering the suspect behind him might fire again, the officers immediately pulled him to a safe area. We can see that Yarab's 2 children are still inside that door, and to ensure the safety of these 2 children, 2 officers had to stand at the doorway to provide cover.
Shots fired! Active shooter on the north side! Where are you? What room? Do you see? I saw the smoke. Hold on, find him! On the right or left?
At this moment, the 2 unaware children suddenly walked out the door, and the officers immediately seized the opportunity to rescue them.
Hey, kid, come here, kid, come here! Come here! Come here! Come on, we got kids coming out too! Come on! Come on, little man! Get the kids outside! Here! Yeah, what is this? I don't know. It's right there. It's the bullet came through.
We can see the first door on the left is the suspect's room. By now, the suspect had locked the door and was firing out of it from time to time.
Let's go, outside! 304. Sorry. 303. Get me a rifle or 2 up here. Shots are coming from apartment 318 on the northeast corner. Police!
Shots from 318 northeast corner.
Here. Rick. Yeah. What the fuck? We're good. You got a rifle? Get it on that door. 318.
To prevent the suspect from firing again, causing further casualties, the officers on the scene had already taken out their rifles, intending to implement fire suppression.
I need. Get a fucking barricade or something. There's an extra. Turn them down, guys. It's that point. I'm crazy.
I have batteries behind my car.
Huh?
They're sitting behind that car.
Just like that, because the suspect was hiding in the room, refusing to show himself, the police immediately escalated the incident to a super emergency status, promptly dispatching a large number of patrol officers, snipers, negotiators, drones, and armored vehicles to the scene. The residents of the entire apartment building were also evacuated, and they were arranged to be temporarily sheltered on nearby buses. Over the next 6 negotiators began constantly calling and texting, calling out to the suspect with loudspeakers, and even brought the suspect's parents to the scene to personally persuade him. The police repeated their calls, according to the subsequent report, almost every minute. Negotiators made about 250 to 300 calls during the entire standoff. The suspect refused to leave the room. At 1 a.m., 2 SWAT snipers had quietly climbed onto the roof capable of penetrating glass and kept their scopes locked firmly on the suspect's window. After 3 a.m., the police finally lost patience. Within an hour of protection, they fired dozens of beanbag rounds, forcibly shattering the apartment window. Kangsing Daso Gongyu Chuanghu, they issued a final warning. However, unexpectedly, shortly after the window shattered, the suspect reappeared.
Nobody wants anyone here to get hurt, including you. So I need you to go back inside of the apartment from the window.
He was back in the sniper's crosshairs.
Come out your apartment door with your hands up.
I don't care. How? You already knew.
Why don't you come out your apartment door with your hands up? You're under arrest. We're not going anywhere.
I better be speaking in it. Because I looked at you, you understood the voice.
Come on outside. Come out your apartment with your hands up.
I don't care.
We're not going anywhere. You're under arrest.
If he doesn't die, then he can't speak.
Let us shift to the perspective of officers on the ground at the time. We can see the suspect lean half body out of the window, gesturing with his fingers like a handgun. According to the subsequent report, during this time, the suspect used a handgun to repeatedly strike and break the remaining glass in the window. He deliberately pointed the weapon at
109, he's threatening to shoot the officers and he's breaking up some more of his windows. 109, he's threatening to shoot the officers and he's breaking up some more of his windows.
He just went tucked in.
the officers stationed outside. Although this was not captured on body, cam officers on the scene reported it.
2 shots so far.
To the two snipers positioned nearby. At that moment, the snipers saw the suspect waving the gun at the ground. They immediately took necessary action. We later learned the suspect was 20-year-old Andrew Sandberg. Police rushed into the unit, rushed him to the hospital. He was pronounced dead from his wounds. Investigation revealed .45 caliber handgun with an magazine. This heavy, high kinetic ammunition has high penetration power. It could easily pierce apartment walls. Fortunately, no one else was harmed. The snipers were placed on paid leave. Prosecutors determined that although the suspect again before being shot, Minnesota law does not require police to wait for an actual shot to be fired. The snipers had reason to believe that waiting further would result in death or serious injury. Their actions were deemed justified. Sandberg was born in Ethiopia and adopted by Mark and Cindy at age 4. Family stated he had long-term mental health issues. He suffered a traumatic brain injury at age 13. They believe he was in a mental crisis, not planning a standoff with police. After his death, protesters gathered outside the building. They demanded to know why he was not taken alive. Yorab, the caller, confronted them. She angrily told the protesters that bullets almost killed her and her 2 children. She emphasized that she and her kids also suffered severe trauma. Sandberg's father expressed sympathy but noted his own grief. He filed federal lawsuits against the police for excessive force, violating Fourth Amendment rights and failing to provide reasonable accommodations under the ADA. He demanded compensation and reform. As of December 2025, after dozens of lawsuits, he has not won his case. That is the case for today. Honestly, what is worth negotiation is not just stalling for time. It is about giving the other person a chance to survive. But when a gun is pointed at an innocent person, police cannot gamble everyone's life for the sake of mental health. Once the danger crosses that final line, protecting the many must come first. Do you think the police had a better option in this case? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section.